1. Welcome everybody to the Man Cave Reviews and More. I'm one of your hosts, John Wayne Willis Jr.
And it's your boy KJ. Straight dog food. No cats.
Well, and we got a special guest today, my boy, Big Wes.
What up, Wes? What up? What up?
What's happening?
My boy Big Wes in the building. All right, y'all. So I'm about to drop something on the screen real quick. Y'all see that photo, right?
Ooh. What Bel-Air?
Today's review is going to be on Bel-Air episodes 1 through 3. Episodes 1 through 3. I'm going to start with, I guess. Give me the quickest in one word. How would you describe the first 3 episodes?
One word.
One word.
Encapsulating.
Ooh.
Encapsulating.
Okay. Hey, he out here bringing out the big words. College graduate and whatnot. All right.
Shout out to
KJ. In one word, if you can sum up the first 3 episodes of Bel-Air.
In one word, sum up the first 3 episodes in Bel-Air.
Yeah. One word.
I want to say dangerous.
Ooh. Danger. Okay.
Most definitely.
If I could sum it up in one word for the first 3 episodes, I would say I'm trying to think of the word. It's right on the tip of my tongue. I can't get it out right now.
What, a debacle?
Nah, it's not debacle. It's not debacle. No, it's no entanglement, but it's a word that suggests that it's outdone itself.
Well, a fine word to use. Entanglement on the Will Smith show.
Hey, superb. I'm gonna say superb. So superb. The first 3 episodes for me were superb.
There you go.
Did any of y'all go into the concept of comparison though?
Absolutely me. Most definitely. I'm such a Fresh Prince fan that I had to go in with a comparison. I mean, I understand everybody has their own different looks and upgrades, but give me the ditzy Hillary. Give me the goddamn comedic.
On there off rip, bro.
Huh?
Off rip. Put Hillary off rip.
Oh, most definitely. Hillary off rip. Look, don't get me wrong. I'm loving the black woman power. I'm loving how they changed from light skin to dark skin because the mother is dark skin too. I'm not even talking about the color. I'm really just talking about the brains. Yes, she has smart moments. Shot was ditzy. Most definitely. And I loved it because it brought out personality in the show. Like everybody doesn't have to be spectacular or better than the next or smarter than the next. They can still survive out here.
All right. What about for you, Wes?
Yeah, no, I definitely was going into it with the comparison, but just more of like the nostalgic feels, not necessarily it trying to be the same thing. And that's kind of what I like about it best because, you see when they do like remakes, they try a lot of remakes and reboots are the exact same thing, almost like script for script. But it's like has a similar storyline, obviously the same names and stuff like that. But I like how they kind of took a different angle to it also. The comparison factor, in my sense, added to the joy that I got from it.
All right. I'm gonna say I tried to go into it as a fresh slate, and the key word is try, right? And I found myself in a battle of comparing literally the characters and not the story. So I think for me, the biggest thing that I saw out of this one was the character development is how I want to put it. I felt like they added character development to 3 characters in the show so far. So for me, the three is going to be first one, Jeffrey. Even though Jeffrey's roles were not big, oh my God, were they demanding in these last roles right now in the last 3 episodes? Demanding, like it was crazy. Carlton, whew, don't get me started there. Carlton and Hillary.
You missing one.
I said Jeffrey, Carlton, Hillary. I said 3.
I know you said 3, but I'm saying like you missing a person who role is who
So you gonna
basically
say
they
you
touched on
think about Uncle
Uncle Phil, most definitely.
I think for me in this one, I need more from him to see if it doesn't mirror or not.
Honestly, it doesn't. It doesn't. Honestly,
I think I need a
and
little
I'm
bit
not talking
more
about
into it
aesthetic
for
and
Uncle
looks.
Phil.
I'm saying from how the storyline and how Uncle Phil acts, he's not mimicking Uncle
James
Phil
Avery
who
at all.
passed. Most definitely,
Yeah.
nah.
I wonder
This
what
a whole
college
different Uncle
have to
Phil.
place that. Did they place him in the college? Like, did it say he's a Princeton alum in this one?
No, but Carlton alluded that
He wants to
he
go.
wants to go to Princeton.
Yeah,
So it didn't say where his brothers were from, what school, right?
yeah,
Hmm.
For Uncle Phil.
correct.
Only thing we do know is that Carlton wanted to meet up with old buddy at the bro down for the fraternity
Yeah,
to sweet talk his way into a gig, right? Like
Endorsement or
waltzing
scholarship.
yeah.
waltzing through life, right? Oh, it's gonna
Most
look good on my scholarship application to Princeton, baby.
definitely.
So I thought that was super interesting. Let's dive into episode 1.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
On a scale of 1 to 10, y'all all rank it. 10 being the best, 1 being the worst. Go, Corey.
Well, first of all, can I get a high? I'm just messing with you. But honestly, so far, starting off just with 3 episodes, bro.
Nah,
Like,
just rank 1 to 10 for episode 1 only. Think about episode
oh,
1.
for
I need a
episode
ranking
one only?
for
Oh
episode
shit.
1 only.
Give me a 7.9. Most
All right,
definitely.
7.9. West,
7.9 on episode 1.
between
Yes.
1 to 10.
It's up there for me, dog. I got to give it like somewhere in the 9+ range, like a little north of a 9, because I didn't hesitate at all to give Peacock my $5 a month, like immediately right after.
God, that $4.99 was well spent.
Yeah, it was. I go.
Plus tax.
I said, yeah, I got to do the $4.99, man.
Yeah,
Sure.
$4.99 plus tax, baby. Plus tax.
I like to go to sleep early sometimes, bro. But I started the second episode after midnight.
Hey, first of all, I couldn't believe I was up so late watching that shit.
These are hours.
Yeah, hooked.
Look. Me and Wes over here texting each other like, oh shoot, like you posted a joke to this, I posted a joke to this. Oh man, you on episode 2 too? Yeah, man. I can't close my eyes yet.
So what you got?
I think for me, 8.7.
8.7.
8.7.
Okay.
Which is really high because I feel like I'm a very harsh show critic. One, because I love TV, because I just don't feel like movies give you enough of a backstory or give you enough of character development. So I love series. Series gives you so much more. I mean, you think about it. If you get 8 shows in a series, that's 8 hours of content, right? If you have a series that's giving you 12 episodes, 12 hours of content, however you want to break it down. A movie can't do it in an hour and a half or 2 hours, right? It's just impossible to give you the same amount of character development, that a show can. But for me, I was gonna say 8.7. It was definitely enough to bring me back for episode 2 in the same night, which is different, bro.
Hey Wes, so what makes you give it the number that you did?
Yeah, number 9, man.
Because
it's big.
Yeah. So I mean, Fresh Prince, pound for pound, it's probably my favorite show, like of all time, man. Like, you get to know me personally. I think I take a lot of characteristics of my personality from Will Smith. The goofiness, the lighthearted,
too.
hip hop. I grew my ears out, exactly. I couldn't hold on to the high top fade that long, but what I'm saying, everything else. But now, so I mean, now my expectations going into this were very high, and like I said, I was doing the comparison game, but the way it was able to parallel the other previous sitcom, but doing it a completely different way, like met my expectations and then some, but like in a different way, if that makes sense. So I was caught off guard, but like in a great way. So very high praise for me.
Okay.
You better be asking me next, Corey.
Are you gonna ask me next? The reason why
you better be asking me next.
Oh my bad. I was gonna ask you next. I thought you
question.
said me next. My bad. Go ahead, John. What's up,
I'm
man?
gonna tell you why I gave it 8.7.
What's up?
I gave it 8.7 because I felt like I now understand why Will finally fucking moved out of Philly.
Mm.
Like, okay, so in the first, like, we all have the in West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground, spent most of my day, and you think about the comedic scene of the intro in the BS fight that happened. And like, oh, you gotta move to LA now. Like, are you serious? Off of a playground scrap who hasn't been in a fight?
And he
And
said
that
that line in the show. He was like, "It was one little fight, and my mom got scared."
Oh yeah, he said that too.
nah, bro. This was a brawl with
Shit
you
that I like,
drawing down.
Shit I
He drew
like.
down on somebody in this episode,
Yeah.
and you drew down on somebody that happened to run the streets, my
Oh,
boy.
he busted some things in the air too.
Nah,
Oh, yeah,
he busted things in the air and he
busted
drew
back
down
too
on somebody,
Pause.
and he had a motherfucking bounty on his head. A bounty.
Yeah.
Okay. So now I got my final, like, oh, this is why your ass ain't in Philly no more. Okay. I see it, right? So he gets to LA, and immediately the first character is Jazz. And Jazz ain't some whack ass little chump no more.
Most definitely right.
He was like Joe Blow, Cali cool. Old school, ride a smooth, stop over with Will. Hey, gives my man some great advice off break. And it just set the tone for the rest of the show for me. Okay. So I was good to go. I was good to go. Go ahead.
So for me personally, the reason why I gave it a 7.9, I mean, yes, I came in with a comparison look, but I am a huge TV and movie critic. So the things that caught my eye, for one, is where the whole basketball scenes. Like, all right, cool. I understand that they giving more depth on Will on how he was before he got shipped to LA. The next thing is he kicking it with the homie. The homie was his ride or die. So once they did bust some ass at that basketball court, I kind of was I appreciated how he stood up for his homie, but I didn't like how the scene just cut immediately. Oh, to the police came that fast.
First of
Ain't
all,
no
that's
way in hell
absurd.
I'm gonna
That was
bust my
absurd.
shit and the police come let in within 20 seconds. Fuck out of here, nah. So
they
that was
waiting for
kind
some
of like
shit to pop off over there, Corey. What you mean?
You said what?
They was waiting for some shit. Somebody done called the tip in.
It's no way.
The Philly tip
20
line,
seconds
boy.
gonna go past with you trying to explain to them you heard shots on the phone.
I felt like based on today's time frame and which we're in, of course, shows very much so acquiesce to where we are, right? This being a African American show, they had to show the police brutality. They had to bring that to light. Right? So it just had to be bigger than what it was. But then again, I also felt like it was one of the defining moments of how powerful Uncle Phil is.
I wonder if they're gonna get into that. They're gonna have to get into that somehow about how he pulled them strings.
Like you a lawyer from LA at that, and you got my man out early on the weekend.
Exactly. Without being a judge, you gotta.
Also, I like too about this episode. You talk about the beginning different intros. No, how about the first very opening vision that we get in audio?
Oh,
come out. First of all, rest in peace, Uncle Phil.
Yeah,
most definitely.
Oh, when they started with that, and they cut off right before saying like rest in peace, Uncle Phil, and he woke up. I was like, dog.
Yeah.
Right.
Yo, to me, the episode's definitely gonna be fire. Okay. I need your first 3 dynamic moments outside of the basketball court. So we can't talk about the basketball court right now for episode 1. First 3 dynamic moments.
You asking me? My first 3 moments?
Your first 3 moments and not the scene on the playground court, like the outside court.
What caught me first was his mom, how she looked, as in character comparison.
To my Aunt Vi.
And Vi.
She look better though.
Huh?
This Aunt Vi look better.
Oh yeah, most definitely she do. She do. The second thing that caught me was without the basketball scene, Jazz
Okay.
going to LA. Third thing, when his homie got shot, it showed the skill of the person who's playing Will.
Oh,
Those
the
are
cry scene.
yeah, most definitely the cry scene.
I thought that was
That
episode 2.
scene showed me his talent.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for those my 3 right there.
Yeah, that's
All right, Wes, go ahead.
I would say kind of the overall, the fact that it was Ice Tray. So I was about to say like kind of the comparison of like where they allude to older things. So there was an episode with what's his name, Don Cheadle, that was playing
Yeah,
Ice Tray back
yeah,
then.
Philly, yeah, to visit.
How you actually see this character who was Ice Tray, who was his right hand man, who was helping him fight and everything like that. Kind of piece with that too. I don't know if y'all remember in the second episode, but there's a like more extended version of the theme song.
Yeah,
he was like he talks about being on first class and drinking orange juice out of a champagne glass. When he was flying out there, he was on he had that right there too. So that was a nugget. But kind of group those two together. Jazz in there would probably be my second, but my third is when we talk about these characters, how they portrayed Lisa. So I think they made a conscious effort too, where it's like, she's not some supermodel, hair straight and everything. Like she's a bad, like regular chick, and like that's what really catches my eye. So I think they're making a conscious effort to like show like a true black looking woman that's like attractive and like the it girl.
Hey, question.
Hold on, I think about to ask that question about to ask. Please tell me you're about to compare his statement to Nia Long.
Absolutely, Lisa. I was like, hold on. It threw me for a minute because I was like, all right, so look, wasn't that the last chick that Will was dating, Lisa?
That was the one he was going to marry.
Huh?
That was the one he was going to marry.
Absolutely.
I felt like it was too soon for her.
Thank you. I
felt like it was too soon.
Thank you. She should have never came in the picture.
I don't know how Lisa's going. I don't know how they're going to create Lisa throughout the entirety of the seasons, because I believe a love interest has to fade out,
bro. So that's what's going to happen in the show. I think they're going to start it off with so many parallels to the original show, but eventually
and then go off to their own way,
develop its own storyline. It's going to be little pieces and stuff that like dip back in from before, but it's going to have its own like storyline, their own character arcs and stuff like that.
Okay, I got it.
So question. So that's another thing that kind of irks me is the fact that Will from being this playboy, basically, like shit, yo baby, I'm trying to go to whatever class you going to.
Hurt me.
Most definitely. Them adding Lisa to the beginning takes all of that away, and that's what.
But it doesn't though. But hold on, it doesn't, because Lisa's not gonna be it for him. I firmly believe that the Lisa, Will, and Carlton throuple ain't going down. Like I just don't see it happening once, because Will and Carlton will eventually become best friends. It's going to have to happen. That has to be a part of the show, regardless of how I look at it. To me, if that doesn't happen, the show's a failure.
You know what I just thought of, bro? You know what I just thought of? Remember when Will had got shot at the ATM?
You mean when Carlton? No, Will got shot for saving Carlton.
Will got shot at the ATM. He stood in front of Carlton. I wonder how they gonna make that scene play out.
That's even if it happens.
Come on.
He might lose his money in cryptocurrency.
He want to have the same sitcom. He want to have 22 episodes.
he trying to get the joke back, bro.
You want that dad. You want that absentee father to step in there. You want that.
Oh, please don't do the dad scene, bro. Keep that nigga at home.
Those scenes is what made Will's story.
Okay. I'm not going to doubt that. Now I need to give
There's
my 3.
No dad in here though, so it's probably going to be something along those lines.
First of all, they know something that hasn't been let out, because to me they keep saying we owe it to him, right? There's some shit that went down that they was a part of with Aunt Vi, Uncle Phil, Aunt Viv, and whoever Will's dad was. Oh, we owe it to the boy.
Like
we owe it. We owe it.
Yo, what if Jeffrey's his dad?
What if Jeffrey popped his dad?
No. Hey, yeah.
Ooh.
Hey, Jeffrey's a killer, bro. I was gonna put that out there right now. Jeffrey's a stone. Jeffrey's not just the house manager. He's fucking Alfred. He is literally the security. He's the homie. He's all of it. But nah, I gotta give my 3. All right, are we ready?
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting with Carlton. Booger Sugar.
Zanny.
Booger Sugar. I mean, I'm talking about music in the ear coming. I'm like, oh no. Oh no. Not another one. Huh?
I said, yeah, that was intense.
That was intense. So I was like, damn. Okay. So that was step 1 for me. I'm going to go with Lisa also. And first interaction with Uncle Phil and him.
What stood out to you about the interaction with Uncle Phil and him at the cookout?
Phil is still more homeboy than he is Switch yet, right? So the way that he pulls him in close enough just to be slick enough, like, oh yeah, we're gonna handle this later. I'm glad you say keep get going. Like him and Jeffrey give me so much more of just that straight arrow. I'm that black guy, that straight arrow black guy right now. Yeah. So I felt like it was a demeanor change in which you're gonna see a lot more of Uncle Phil's like more homeboyish side throughout the process of the show. If that makes sense.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
And then it was almost like I'm meeting you where you at in that old school terminology that you used to hearing anyway. So I thought that was interesting to me.
How you feel about Carlton jealousy?
I feel like I want to say it is founded though. Yeah, I think it's founded based on the fact that you're searching for the approval of somebody who has such a high standard or status, right? Mm-hmm. Am I good enough to live up to the bank's name? So Carlton was having these issues beforehand, right? And to bring another male into the life of your father who can potentially be a little bit more like him than you are.
Yeah.
Already presents problems in itself. And Carlton is in such a competitive mode in general. You think about what he's gone through to gain the friends he has at school, especially being the token black guy, right? Mm-hmm. Versus trying to be the guy at home, being the only son. You see what I'm saying? So I think it's going to be an interesting concept with that.
You know, the one scene I did like with Will is when he got in that ice bath and he basically said, "I'm coming for everything you got."
Sir. Hey, that was cold as shit though. Yeah. and then decided like, I don't give a fuck. You ain't gonna do shit to me. Put the towel over his face.
Shit over here.
Covered his eyes though. I feel like that was a good like metaphor or something, foreshadowing for the future. Like, man, I'm really worried about you.
I'm about to start this one off with nigga. Oh, my fault. Wait. Do you think Will appropriately reacted to the locker room scene?
You want to go, Wes, or you want me to go?
Go ahead. You jump to the mic. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I would have beat that white boy ass inside the store. I mean,
right then and there. Right then
in there, inside the locker room. He would have caught one from me. When you stepped to me and said, "What you gonna do about it?" His jaw would have got loose. Yeah, his jaw would have got real loose.
But at that moment, though, you gotta remember that scene came right after the conversation with him trying to escape, though. Remember? And then they had to be like, "Okay, hold on. You think about it. Where else you gonna go from there? Like, you can't go home to Philly. You got to be in a situation where you can't fuck up." So I felt like Will was really in a rock and a hard place because if he wasn't there, he would have beat Connor's ass on day one.
All right, so first off, I would have did it like this. Me personally, I would have rocked this shit, and then when they asked me why I rocked this shit, your son over here got this white boy using an N-word like it's a party.
I think something just clicked in my head, but I'm gonna let Wes go next.
No, I was about to say. I mean, I can see why he restrained.
Yeah,
I can too.
Really, the night before, I'm sure that was probably still on the forefront of his mind and everything like that. But that moment in the locker room probably added to why he just straight up stole him at the pool.
At the pool party. Hell yeah.
Right.
I'm pretty sure that was the entire reason he got stole off on at the pool party.
Mm-hmm.
You'd already had to check you day before. You stepping again? Again.
Oh, yeah. You got no choice.
not again. Like, I tried to give you that pass, right?
Yeah.
All right. I was gonna say it was interesting to me, and even like the slightest, that none of Carl's and shit came out of Will's mouth at all. In the slightest, though, right?
That West Philly shit, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't no snitch. He told him from the jump.
That's different, though. Like, I keep thinking to myself, at some point, I'd have been like, this little motherfucker right here, your son is fucking wild.
Yeah.
Like, your son is wild as fuck. Y'all have no idea. Like, this
like it's either this. I'm gonna beat your son ass, shit. And he gonna tell you the truth.
Right. One of these niggas up here snorting shit, bro. What the fuck?
Yeah, dog.
Family folks is doing lines.
Episode 2, y'all. All right, Wes, you going first. Give me your ranking, episode 2.
So I'm not gonna lie, dog. Like, from here, 2 and 3 just merged together. Like, I need kind of like a little recap of what was just in the second episode.
So 2, we have Will trying to deal with his boy being shot. Yeah. Right?
He found out coming back this episode, right? Like, Trey got shot.
Yeah, Trey got shot, and he's coming right into episode 2 right after that, and coping with that process, and he finally gets to talk to Trey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Was this the basketball?
This is when he tries to try out for the team. So he tries to try out for the team. You know, he ends up making a friend from the other white boy who don't fuck with Connor.
Mm-hmm. He said, "How about punch him since 6th grade?"
He's like, I can't stand him. I want to knock his ass out.
I said his name was gonna be Cornflake or something, because that's what the other dude was. His first friend.
Oh, he can't be corn. Yo, this dude's like 6'4", catching lobs, 6'6", catching lobs. Cornflake Lou debate Glee Club. Nah, bro.
Hey, look, they might make him Cornflake.
Tony the Tiger or something.
Huh?
I thought they're gonna give him another like cereal name, man. Maybe call him like Tony the Tiger or something, man.
Yo, you're great.
So I think this episode, I think it was probably like a solid 8. I think this is where me as a hooper, man, it got knocked down a point because of the lack
of basketball play.
I spent too much time rewinding and freeze framing at different points just to see like how does this add up, dog. Like I said, like he came back.
That boy Wes was back in the locker room studying film. Like, hold on, bro.
Bro, when he's at the
is he shooting from the left elbow or the right elbow? Is that mirrored?
And then all of a sudden, he was dunking on dudes and everything. Then all of a sudden, he got a wide open fast. No, he reverse layup in, can't even get to the like. But then one time he windmills a joint.
Bro, but you don't see the windmill. Like the thing is, he's going like this for the windmill. He's on the left side, like left hand going up. Whoa! I was like, what?
Yeah. What, the Super Mario?
But I do appreciate, for me, how serious basketball is for Will now.
Yeah,
I felt like he alluded to loving basketball so much in the original series that he wished he would have gave more to like, yo, like this would have been my dream if it could have been, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which, you know, to me is very interesting because I do believe as the character develops, somehow he's not going to play college ball. Yeah. Something's going to happen in which he's not going to play college ball. But that initial love, that thing that so many black boys grow up with having, and then get hit with the realization that it may not happen, I feel like that is going to be part of Will's perspective, or Will is either going to end up in a situation in which he believed in basketball so much just to get out of Philly, or to rise out of a situation that he's presented with so many more options.
Okay, that's some solid foreshadowing right there.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Corey. Tell me what you thought, KJ.
Personally, I give episode 2 an 8.3. The reason why is because I give it more than the first, but the reason why is because I seen how good his acting skills was when he found out his friend got shot. After he found out his
That
friend
crime
got
scene
shot.
was that crime scene was immaculate.
Absolutely.
Oh, hold up, tidbit. This is his first acting role.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Boy got talent.
This is
Boy
the
got
same
talent.
similarity. This is Will's first acting role, just as this was Will Smith's first
It's an acting
role.
role.
okay.
Man,
That's
I found that out today, and I was just like, oh shit, suck it now.
So look, reason why I give it an 8.3 is, one was that crying scene, two was the scene right before the crying scene where they had such a serious conversation and they said, "Hey, if we don't get a response that we both don't like, he got to go," and then it switched to that immediate right afterwards. So it shows
Oh,
how
are you talking
the
about
parents had to restrain themselves.
You talking about Uncle Phil and Aunt Viv at the school?
No. I'm talking about before they walked in the room and they seen Will crying, staring out the window.
Oh, okay.
That scene right before that. So it was them having their conversation, them trying to decide if they want to kick him out, going in that room and seeing that. It was a great plot. Like it added up to where it made you feel the scene and the character a lot more.
Yeah.
After that, I love how they stuck beside him at the school. And I love how I ain't gonna hold you. What did it for me personally was the drug scene. Found it inside his bag.
Okay.
The reason why I say that is because I thought Carlton is the one who planted in it because he had such jealousy. Then it showed it was actually Connor.
So I'm gonna start off with the drug scene in the plant. That was Carlton's first shift mentally. You see the screws. You see the screw turn.
Yeah, it starts
like, am I really gonna fuck him up to this level? Like this right here is gonna derail his whole life. So that was the first screw. So Connor and Carlton are going to split ways before the end of the season. I dare say, I think that this Carlton might even whoop Connor's ass at some point. Like I feel like I feel like the culmination of his anxiety and a lot of his problems will fall off of his shoulders once he derails himself from that bullshit of trying to be part of that it crowd that Connor and them are developed with. Like, because you always hear Connor, oh, we come from such rich stock. They got to worry about messing with us, right? Like my daddy, like you can see his daddy always throw his money around for some shit. He getting that for somewhere. Like you're saying, that white privilege is so fucking absurd. Like it's so prominent in him that he thinks he's untouchable. You know what I mean? And so you see Carlton give him the gravity of the situation that his father is now on his way to the school to figure out what's wrong. He's like, yo, you have no idea who's coming in. My dad takes down mega people. Like, are you serious?
You don't mess with black moms. Yeah, you don't.
And then my mom, she's black. Like the severity of the difference of the races being raised. Like, yo, your parents let you get away with everything. My mother's not about that, dog. Like, no. So for me, the scenes that make it a 9, which is episode 2 for me, is seeing the relationship between Phil and Jeffrey. So they're in Phil's study, and Jeffrey checks Will or checks Philip, right? Uncle Phil. In the part where Uncle Phil was like, man, I just know that boy just don't want to be saved after the whole incident, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's when Jeffrey was like, hey, hold up. Like when you not watching, I've seen that boy trying. Like, you see what I'm saying? So you see that Jeffrey is an advocate. And then you see that Uncle Phil almost sees Jeffrey as a friend / equal. And that's why I love that change of tone where it's like, oh, he's the house manager, right? He manages more than the house. We know that. And in some opinion, we're going to find out later on how gangster Jeffrey is. Because I do feel like old buddy at the end of episode 3 is coming to LA and Jeffrey's fitting to handle him.
Oh, he gonna handle that. Yeah.
Jeffrey's fitting to handle that, dog. Oh my God.
That's gonna be like one of the climaxes of the season.
Oh my God. Jeffrey's fitting to handle that. Like, so I'm looking at that part right there. I like the character development with them playing pool and Jeffrey on that. Yo, you know, I'm about to go take a broad out to Catalina. I'm like, this who this? Because the Jeffrey, you had to beg him to go on a date from the old Jeffrey. He out here dating and betting. You feel me?
Yeah, and everything.
First of all, he definitely smashed Vid's friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Hillary's character arc development in season 2. I love it because to me it's gonna resonate with. I don't know if it's a generation right after us millennials, like that generation that grew up like I'm trying to be a YouTuber, right? Like, you know, we grew up and our parents like go to school, get a good college degree, get a job, go work. But these kids is like, yo, YouTube, Facebook, everything. Yeah. I'm gonna do my career here. And then to me, the development of Hillary's pro-blackness, also the development that Hillary's actually like a culinary beast. So I thought that was a very interesting plot, and the plot with Hillary at the end when Vib's girls are watching her video, and instead of them having Vib's back, it was like one of those pat on the back moments where it's like, oh, mom, I told you, I'm coming of age. Like, you know what I mean? I told you I'm coming of age. And I love the also for Hillary, the dropout of college scene. Like, it was, so I think I remember the dropout of college with regular Hillary, right? But this dropout of college with such understanding of what she wants to do versus trying to figure out, even though Hillary also went into the food services with the catering. I felt like this Hillary came out with like, yo, I'm fitting to be the black Gordon Ramsay of food, right? I'm fitting to be that girl of food. And so I thought that was super dope. And then I'm going to go with the end when Will got to practice to prove himself. I felt like that was his first humble moment after him and Uncle Phil had that saying on the floor. It was like, yo, basketball's always been your steady calmer, right? Yeah. So get your head in the game and put yourself back in here. And then listening to his homeboy, it was like, okay, I'm not going to be showboat Will out here, right? I got to fit into the situation in which I'm in. And then he went and got them that W. And Carlton's envy, it was so beautiful, bro. So fucking beautiful. So beautiful. So beautiful. I mean, he's like, nobody's at my lacrosse game. I'm pissed, right?
Bro, but so that's part of where it was corny to me, like in the basketball scenes, where like Lisa gonna show up in her swim and still in her swimsuit and her sweatpants.
First of all, that's so real though.
Huh?
That's realistic.
She gonna hop right out the pool and just throw some sweats on over the top of it.
Okay,
and walk to
you still out there? I live in Noonan, bro. I see the swimmers. Swimmers, yo, I swear to you, that's realistic, bro.
Swimmers, t-shirt on or something.
Swimmers do not take showers, bro. Swimmers hop out the pool, put on sweatpants, and like flops and just be moving, bro. I felt like that was realistic. And then you gotta think about it, they're also in Cali.
It's up to 8.5 for me then.
Nah, so that's actually realistic. So she was like, I gotta get to the game. And then to think about it, if you're walking into the athletic facilities, and you hear the gym, which is never like hype, going dumb. Nobody was going to that lacrosse game. Like, what's going on? What is this? Oh, Will got 35.
New guy.
Like, yeah, they was going dumb.
About it too, though. Like, wasn't nobody going to show up to the lacrosse game because a D1 athlete just joined the basketball team?
Oh, especially in today's time, they had to know who Will was. The coach was kind of wilding. Like, even if I don't like you a showboater, I need you. I ain't got nobody on my team getting scouted by no Division Ones. We probably be losing every game. Like, this is 2022. That's why 2022.
Like Will Smith and like the production for Bel-Air and like the production for Power. Though they don't know the basketball scene like that.
Oh,
like,
not at all.
Not to switch it up too much, man. But
okay, time out. I've seen the writers. The writers are definitely not sports fans.
Yeah,
I've seen the writers. Now the director, I feel like has a little bit more say, but like the people that are writing the episodes, definitely are not sports fans.
Well, so it probably works out like this.
I mean, this is what's going to happen. Mid-season win, hoist him up on his shoulders. This is going to make the papers. Bel-Air finally wins the game. Bel-Air 1-32 for the last 3 years.
Saying that if they have some type of sports inside of the film, they need to have like somebody who actually played.
I do feel like they need a sports director going forward. Like, I would love to see that the Athletics match the intensity in which they are now bringing the sports into the show, and it has to start to match the 2022's availability for great action.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I do feel like if that's great, it's almost like, I don't know if y'all remember One Tree Hill, right? When that first dropped. Even though it was a white sitcom, right? But they had hella people watching it because they was a basketball team and they had the brothers with the issues or whatever. But the play in that show is better than the play in this show. And that show came out in like the early 2000s.
Yeah.
And I'm like, come on, you can't let the white kid show outdo you in the basketball play.
I mean, well, I can understand. It kind of wasn't that their main focus, so that's why they kind of skip past it, or just, hey, we're gonna flip it, or duplicate the scenes so you can see that he's hitting the shot from over here. I can understand why they did it, but they don't need to do it no more.
Like me, they're not catering just to me. Like,
yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and get to the end of season 3, or not to end the end of not season 3, episode 3.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start. I'm gonna let you and Wes end it. I love Will's vibration in episode 3, especially dealing with and I don't know if I mixed episode 3 and episode 2, but when they went to the bro meetup for the fraternity, right?
Mm-hmm.
As Will now is growing that profound relationship with Uncle Phil, he then notices that you know, they're like kind of shading the uncle, right? You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, the whole conversation of, you know, you ain't been around and we've been having issues. Where you been, Yamakra, right? All that stuff. And then to watch Carlton be yet again about Carlton, and then, you know, blame Will for doing some shit that you would have never thought to do. Like, you see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
To blame Will for some shit you would have never thought to do, to see Will get up on stage and, regardless how you look at it, have his uncle's back, to me was profound. And, you know, it did end up helping Uncle Phil in the long run. But definitely profound. And then for me, I know that the end of episode 3 is setting up Jeffrey bagging old buddy from Philly. And I can't wait
definitely
for Jeffrey bagging old buddy from Philly. Like, it's about to be some wet work. If I see Jeffrey out there with a silencer, I'm done, dog. From black leather gloves. I mean, it's rated TV in Bay. I do need to see somebody get their hair blown off eventually.
I think so. I mean, the way they're letting off the cuss words and stuff, I wouldn't be surprised if we see some kind of violence like that, or even like a sex scene or something like that. Like,
oh, definitely gonna be some sex in this shit. Cause Will's about to pound the, you know what?
He gonna take Lisa through there.
Hey, first of all, if he pounds out Lisa, dog, I'm done already. Season over. Season 1 done for.
Might have him going on a visit and do like the He Got Game type.
Yo, if he has a He Got Game moment at like UCLA or some shit, I'm done. wait, Louisville all over again.
Hey, taking it back to that scene with the fraternity. So just like I'm all on their heads about like the basketball scene and stuff. I wonder how it is from like a frat perspective, because like probably looking at it like, man, this shit don't happen at at one of our community events or like one of our
dude. If it's a black frat, we're not at a black frat.
John, I know that, bro. You know what I'm talking about, like, but Will just being able to hop up on stage and Yama,
everybody
rapping behind it, and then they hopping off and stepping, and even to the point where like Will is doing all the
Will over there.
Yeah, they would check his ass, bro.
They would have checked him for real.
Yeah, so I know they might be looking at that like, all right, like
yeah.
It's like I'm looking at some of the basketball stuff. So
yeah, I see what you're saying right there. I see what you're saying. Go
all right,
ahead.
so for me, I did catch a little bit of that comedy feel though when he called Carlton Chocolate Drop or whatever he called it. I was like, okay, okay,
Yo,
okay.
there's still going to
I
be
see what you're
comedic
trying.
undertones in this joint. I just think that it's switched. Like you have the drama with comedic undertones versus comedian
With
uh
drama
and
undertones.
drama undertones. So I think you'll have that, and I
Most
think it'll
definitely,
get
most
funnier
definitely.
throughout.
Um, one scene on episode 3 that did catch my attention. Carlton tried so hard to get up under the other dude who was like the president of something, and then realized that hey, this guy retired, and the one that Will had helped, he
Yo,
actually should have been under kissing his ass instead of kissing this old dude ass.
or realize that he
So
should be
Carlton
kissing
felt stupid.
anybody's ass and just being himself. Hopefully, you'd have been okay.
Most definitely, he should have been himself, but he kissed the wrong dude ass.
I think the question is with Carlton, does he know who he is?
There you go.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, I think you find that a lot in the arc that we're going to see with Carlton, where you're in a position where you know your family's pro-black, but you've only hung out with white people. So it's going to be an interesting concept.
Bro,
And
it's
as
gonna
a
be,
to me
Carlton's
as a
gonna
parent,
dog. This is gonna be a whole advocation for going to therapy. Like
oh hell yeah,
I read Will Smith's autobiography. I listened to it or whatever, and I can see like he's a big advocate for therapy and that, and his public speaking. Even he threw in the book The Alchemist in there. Like if you ever listen to so many of Will Smith stuff, he's always talking about The Alchemist. So I wouldn't be surprised if this leads to some type of advocacy for Carlton, like seeking therapy, and that being something that Black people need to do.
yeah. I definitely think it's going to be interesting as that Carlton arc develops. I now that I think about it more, I think I love Carlton Spiral.
Mm.
But I also want to put this here as me being a parent, Corey, as you being a parent. How close of attention are we really paying to our kids? I think that right there also speaks a lot to Uncle Phil, to Aunt Viv, to everybody in that situation. Like to not know what the son is going through. You see what I'm saying? To a level in which there's so much shockness that something's going on. Cause I think that's exactly what's going to happen. It's going to be like I just didn't know type of scene where you're going to have like the parent like, oh my god, like my son needs therapy, all the kids like Carlton needs help, and you're going to see where we got to pay more attention to our black boys and things of that sort come out of this. So I think this will be interesting, and I can't
Oh
wait
yeah,
for
most
Ashley's
definitely.
character arc to develop. So I'm
Oh,
kind of hyped for
absolutely.
episode 4. So I really hope episode 4 gives me more Ashley because Ashley was the fucking rebel.
Oh yeah.
I need the kickback. I don't see where Ashley goes now if Hillary is who she is, because Hillary's
Yeah,
already a rebel.
yeah, yeah.
So I think
I
that'll be interesting.
mean, to honestly though, I mean, I hope they drop 3 this Thursday. How they
Ooh,
drop
no,
3
it's Sunday, right? It's every Sunday. It's every Sunday, not Thursday, right?
Thursday. It's Thursday.
It's Thursday.
It's
It came out
Thursday.
on the 13th, which was Sunday.
It's
We'll find out.
I
You
said they can
sure?
do
Don't
what
worry.
they want
We will
nowadays.
be back. Huh?
I said they can do whatever they want nowadays.
All
Yeah,
I
you gotta
know
think about it. It's
is
on
that
Peacock. It's not
we
on
will
no
be back for
regular.
however many episodes they drop on the next one, which I hope honestly, I hope honestly that from now on is a single episode just based on the building of anticipation. Like you gave us those first 3 and you hooked us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Give me a singular throughout, which gives more buzz to the show, which will give us more chance for content. You feel me? And
I mean, even if they
shameless
drop 3,
plug.
then drop 2, then drop 1, then drop a 3 again.
I use some modern technology. It's every Thursday.
Damn. How
Haha.
many episodes this season?
You got to find out on Thursday. No, I got you. Oh man, see now I got to really look. Blah blah blah.
I'm hoping they go old school with 24 episodes a season.
Oh, if they do that.
Mm.
Oh, if they do that, then
Son,
they definitely do 3 episodes at a time.
that should be love.
But think about how many seasons are they going to actually have if they
Nigga,
do that?
6.
These are
It's gotta be 6.
there's 1 hour episodes too.
It's got okay. I would actually do one more season than Will did, so I'm going 7.
7. I mean, but shit, he's the director, isn't he?
No, he's a part of the executive producer committee.
Okay.
The dude who did the original trailer.
What'd you say, Wes?
I said it's one episode coming out on Thursday. It's going to be weekly, and they got 10 episodes this season.
I bet. I like weekly going forward. Yo, it has been my pleasure. It's been the Man Caves reviews and more. I'm your boy John Wayne Willis Jr.
And it's your boy KJ.
Thank you yet again.
Hey, Wes, hold on, dog. Let me do my outro too, dog.
Okay, go ahead, Wes.
It's your boy Big West from Round the Way. That's all I got.
Oh, well, hold on. Well, let me correct my intro. So look, it's your boy. I mean, my outro intro. You know, it is what it is. But look, it's your boy KJ. I'm talking about smooth as a plane, no jet lag, straight dog food, no goddamn Asian restaurant.
It's your boy. My man is definitely the jazz of the crew. Clearly, he's too smooth for school.
The Carlton.
Oh shit, crazy! Cause
wipe your definitely. I'm a little bit of book sugar, brother.
No, I ain't no book sugar. I'm Jeffrey, boy. Get your mind right. I'm a gangster out here.
The cross player of this group right here.
First of all, I was an amazing basketball player. Thank you, everybody. It's been real.
Nah, you solid. You solid, Sean.
Solid. Thank you. Will say solid. I will holler at y'all. Hey, Wes, are you gonna try to join us next week?
Ooh. Yeah. I like this.
I bet. I like this.
Have you been watching?
Wes gonna hop in for this, huh?
Have you been watching Force, Wes?
Man, I watched the first episode and fell asleep on the second episode.
Second episode was some bullshit. I'm gonna say that.